In today's video, our guest is going to be sharing with us his journey to Canada and his experience in Canada so far. He came to Canada from Nigeria as a permanent resident and he has had a positive experience in Canada. He's going to be sharing a lot of things, so you should stick around. You're definitely going to enjoy this video. What's up everyone, I am Toby and I provide tools and resources for moving to Canada, life in Canada and achieving the Canadian dream. So if you want all of that good content, make sure you smash the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss my videos. People have different experiences and unique stories in Canada. It works out perfectly for some people, it takes a while for some others, and sometimes Canada is not for everybody and things like that. So that's why I started this segment on my channel, so you could hear experiences and stories from different people that are willing to share. Just watch videos like this with an open mind, as there are always tips, there are mistakes people have made that you can learn from, things that will put you steps ahead when you come to Canada or if you're just landed in Canada. Before we start, please don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video or if you're gaining something from this video, and share it with everyone. There's love in sharing, so share it with everyone. Hi Sola, can you introduce yourself to us?
So yeah, my name is Shola and I'm a GIS analyst. The GIS stands for Geographic Information System. So I'm a meteorologist and a geographer, and I work for Toronto and Regional Conservation Authority as a GIS analyst. You know, working on the environment, and it's a pretty big deal. So
That's actually so nice.
yeah.
What was your why, like in particular? What was your reason for coming to Canada? Was it the hype?
Okay. Oh well, I made the decision when I had no jobs. I just graduated from my master's degree in Nigeria, so that was November 2016.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, November 2016. So I was pretty much fresh out of school. I didn't know what else to do. Spoke to my sister then, and she was like, "Have you thought about Canada?" I mean, I was like, "Okay, what about Canada?" Like, yeah. So she just said, "Why don't you go do your research and let me know what you think about the prospect of, coming to Canada and stuff." So I did read about Canada, try to, know what the rave is about and everything. And back then I had no job. I was like, what can I lose? What is holding me back? So I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. Like, I'm truly interested in making the move to Canada. So that was why.
What was your process like moving to Canada, your immigration pathway and everything like that?
So I did the permanent residence program. That's the express entry for skilled workers. The first thing I did was assessing my educational degrees. Following up, I did my ISCS English exam. So basically, the process took me about 2 years.
2 years, oh, okay.
I wasn't rushing myself or anybody rushing me. So I just had this plan, like, I'll do this first, then I do this after, then I do this, after, and so on. So there was a plan. Back in Nigeria, I just concentrated on, getting a job and trying to make something happen in Nigeria, while I tried to go through the process as well. So the process was challenging because not everyone has that patience.
Yeah.
I found it frustrating sometimes because I was like, come on, it's taking so long. But yeah, it was okay. In the end, I mean, I'm here. It worked out. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Did you have like any major challenges during your immigration process?
For me, the proof of funds was a really big deal. So at some point, I had the minimum amount required for,
Yeah.
And then I think the Naira was devalued. Just about when I have everything together. And I ended up having to save up to like 400K again, or thereabout. So I was just pissed at that moment, like, but I was working, so I just felt like, okay, if I could just, I think they devalued the Naira around August 2017 or something like that. I really don't know why. Yeah, so I just said, okay, I'll save till December then and try to raise the forms all over again. And in January 2018, I would just apply. So everything else was okay. My English test, well, I was lucky. I just did it once.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. I just did it once. I tried my best to follow some of the past materials,
Yes.
try to follow through, try to understand the type of questions that do come out. So, and I went for the exam. I scored really well. Scored
good.
an 8/9. So it was pretty good, and I just left it at that. So, yeah, the West also was an issue at some point because I remember when I was going to get the transcripts for my first degree, they were on strike. So that was a pretty big deal. And my school was that kind of school where you would actually have to get to the Senate building in the school before you can get anything done, or you have to let someone go there and follow through on your process. So I just had to keep going, but they were on strike. The registrar was probably not in to sanction the transcript. So I was in limbo, and that took a fair bit of time. But the time that took was also probably the same time the proof of funds was taken as well. So it wasn't like one thing was delaying me now, then another thing was delaying me in another time. They both delayed me at the same time.
Okay.
So so it wasn't that bad. But yeah.
By the way, I have an immigration playlist, so I'll just link it somewhere around for people in case they don't know Express Entry. Then now your journey in Canada. So where in Canada do you stay, and how many months or years have you been here for?
So when I first came, I was picked up by my sister. So I just moved to her place. She stays in London. So I was there for, I think, close to 7 months.
7 months.
Yes. So I was there, chilling, trying to understand the new environment, trying to see how things work. And before I moved to Van, I stay in Van presently, and I've been in Van since July 2019. So that was last year.
Okay, that's good.
July 2019. So that's close to a year plus now. Yeah. So those are the two places that I've been, and I've been in Canada for a total of I don't know it offhand, but I think it's going to 2 years now. It's going to be 2 years in November.
You had a sister, so accommodation wasn't really an issue, but like moving out of your sister's place, finding somewhere in like that GTA area, like job wise, I don't know if you had a job for the first 7 months you were in your sister's place. So cost of living, things like that. How was your experience with all of that?
Okay, yeah. So I would start with jobs. Yeah. So of course, getting to my sister's place, even before leaving Nigeria, I started applying to jobs.
Nice. I love that.
I think the first mistake I made before leaving was to try to do some kind of job market assessment, try to understand where my jobs would predominantly be in. Yes. Well, I felt like I didn't even have a choice, because irrespective of where my job will be or where most of my jobs will be located, I'm still going to go meet my sister anyway.
Yes, true.
So I just, moved to London. It was pretty tough. Yeah, because I don't really know much about Canada. And so I was just limiting myself in some way. Of course, I was applying to jobs in the whole Canada. I remembered I got an interview in one of the territories, Northwest territories.
Are you serious? You really applied to everywhere.
I was just looking everywhere.
That's good.
There was no job the first month, second month, third, fourth, down till around April. So, I was confused. I was like, okay, it's not how I planned it to be. Even the survival jobs are not coming, the way I wanted them to be. So I knew I needed to change tactics, I needed to change something about how I apply to job. Obviously, what I do is not working. So on that particular day, I remember going on Indeed, and I saw a factory, an ice cream factory in London, calling for people to come in for jobs, for the minimum wage jobs. I won't put it that way, but yeah, like minimum wage jobs essentially. So it was really close by. I went there on a Saturday with my one-page resume, and I did it, and I was selected for a really low-level job, minimum wage. Let me just put it that way. Survivor job, if you want to put it
you have to
mildly.
hustle. Everybody hustles here.
Yeah, because staying at home was boring. I mean, thanks to the fact that I have people here, they gave me a place to stay. At least they relieved any bills I felt like I could be taking on in the first few months. But yeah, at that point, 3-4 months indoors, you start losing it. It was shift based. Then that is where you start seeing a lot of challenges, because now it's shift based. The time they give you can't control. They tell you to come in the night. Sometimes I will be in night. So imagine me. I haven't worked night before. So imagine me waking up 10 o'clock to go to work in the night, then coming back 6 in the morning. I don't even know how to take myself to bed. 6 in the morning. I just have to force myself to sleep, and before you know, I'm awake 11 or 10.
Yes, that's me.
I won't just be getting enough sleep. And my body's chemistry was just changing, and
it changes everything.
Weird. Yeah. I mean, at some point I got frustrated, especially because the kind of job I was doing, it involved a lot of manual work and stuff like that. Started affecting my health a little bit, and I just got pissed. I told myself, okay, I think I need to sit down about my career, right? So I took the time, and then from my assessment, I realized that most of my job are predominantly in the GTA, or the service jobs. They are mostly in the core cities, the big cities. So I just told myself, like, okay, going forward, there's no need to apply to jobs that come from anywhere. I'm just going to focus on the GTA and the big cities like Vancouver, and I don't care if it's so far. I'm just going to take my things and go for the interview. I just zeroed my mind, like, I can't stay here forever. I can't just think I'll get a job in London and stuff like that. So since then, I stopped applying to jobs in London. I just started applying to mainly for GI jobs in my field in the GTA and in Vancouver. So I did that for a few months. Eventually, where I got the job from was something I wasn't even expecting. So back in Nigeria, I tried to make some research on this staffing agency.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I remember like at some point I was like, these guys have not even called me before. Like, they haven't even talked. I was like, what's going on? So I looked for their website, I looked for their contact number, and I called. I was like, I've had an application with you guys for a few months. I haven't even been called once. And when I do go through your website, I see a lot of GIS jobs. You don't even call me for. We were like, oh, have you updated your resume? I'm like, yeah. I said, okay, we'll be in touch. I thought it was another dead end, and I think the next day or 2 days later, they called me like, oh, one of their clients needs a GIS technician ASAP. I was like, what are you waiting for? I'm ready now. And it's temporary for 6 months. No, temporary for 3 months. I was like, I don't even care at this point. So far, it's my field, and I get to do it for 3 months. I'll go.
Canadian experience.
Go. Like, yeah. So I even thought they were going to sit. The job was located in Van. So I thought they would say, come over for an interview. But the employer was quite understanding. I was like, no, Skype would do.
Nice.
I was like, oh, even better. I don't need to leave London
for something there.
So I did the interview. It felt great. I think we were both in agreement. And a few days later, I was offered the contract to start.
Nice.
It was 3 months, but I don't know if it's based on my interview with them, they increased it to 6 months.
Nice.
Temporary, yeah. And yeah, that was the start of my job career in Canada, in essence. So working on that job for 6 months, I applied for the permanent position when
it was
the full-time position when it came out, and I got the job full-time. So
nice, congratulations.
It took me about 7 months working on that jobs, looking for jobs before I got something in my field. 7 months. So when I moved to Van, in July. That was when I had to start paying for accommodation. So at some point it was hard getting one, but I just decided to wing it. I just went on Airbnb.
Yeah.
The landlord was homely and welcoming.
Nice.
It was a basement, so a basement with a room.
Yeah.
It was pretty okay. I realized it was a comfortable place, and I just had to try to negotiate a rent situation for myself.
Yeah.
And it worked out well. So the Airbnb got converted to a rent.
Oh, that's good. That's actually good.
Yeah.
What are mistakes you feel like a lot of immigrants make, or like mistakes? I know you've already mentioned some mistakes you've made, but like mistakes that you see a lot of new immigrants making, so people can learn from these new or aspiring immigrants.
So I feel like it's easy to run into troubles even before leaving Nigeria, right? Yeah, I think the reason for coming to Canada has to be pretty, defined.
Yes.
Some people just wing it. Some people just want out, of Nigeria. And it's okay. I'm not, about to say you must have a reason or sit back in Nigeria. You can figure it out on the way or whatever, but you just have to have a pretty good reason for, choosing to come to Canada so you can better plan your life when you get here. Giving yourself a very good reason is one way to avoid any uncertainty you might face, because you already have a defined goal.
Yes.
Not having a job can probably not be the only reason you want to leave Nigeria. Yes, the uncertainty about the future, projecting yourself 20 years in the future, what do you think will change in Nigeria? Will there be stable life? Will there be good roads? Will there be free education? At least, even if it's not free, will your children be able to graduate from school in 5 years in university without, as it will also be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
So you might say, well, I want a country that everything is stable.
Yeah.
There's nothing to risk. I know this will be available in this country for years. So I need that in my life, stability.
Yeah.
To be able to plan for the future. So these are like reasons you need to weigh in your mind and act on it. So it's pretty important that jobs are not
shouldn't be
jobs are not they are not something you come here that is waiting for you. Yeah, some people get lucky.
Some people get lucky
but they leave. People change career, so you have to have that in the back of your mind before leaving. Like, what are the things you are passionate about that you feel like if your career path doesn't bring up what you want or doesn't go the right way you plan, you can just quickly switch. Maybe a year graduate program and you're fully switched.
I was going to ask for advice and tips, but I think you kind of touched on that. Or do you have any other advice and tips? Or
well, getting to Canada, I mean, it's an amazing country. It opens up a new world for you. Things you feel like you won't be able to achieve in Nigeria, you can actually achieve them here.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing. But I mean, what I'm trying to get at is, it's not like you would come here and just re-examine yourself, like just change 360 and become a whole new person. Yeah. You pretty much come in with what your baggage from Nigeria and stuff, and you have to start. So I think what I'm trying to drive at is you need to take it easy.
Yes.
You need to take it easy. The idea is you probably have spent about 20 odd years of your life in Nigeria, maybe more. You are coming to a new country. It's not going to be easy.
At all.
There are things. And then there is, I mean, as PR, we don't get to vote yet.
Yes.
But it's also good if you pay attention to the politics.
Whether PR or not, please pay attention to what you're living in the country.
You don't get to vote. It's good to pay attention to the politics. As well, I know in Nigeria, there are a lot of people that have voters card though, but it's just to open bank account. So people don't vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be wise for you to pick it up.
Yes.
It will be wise for you to actually make an impact when it comes to electing people that will lead you.
Yes.
And that's why it is pretty important you also make up your mind quickly on where to settle down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to know, you need to look at the history of municipals, look at the history of places, and try to figure out if you're going to fit in there.
Yes.
I mean, of course, you can always sell your house and move somewhere else, which is okay. But at least try to get involved. It's a new country with new opportunities. You can't just say you are all about the job. I know a lot of people who have a job or the other, but you don't see that happiness.
Yes.
You don't see that happiness.
That's
so you're
very
kind of wondering, what is the point? You just have to socialize, reach out to people.
Yes, network.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Network.
Yeah.
Like, thank you so much for coming on this show. I appreciate you taking out like the effort to come on this show. You actually dropped a lot of advice, tips, and things that people will find useful. Even people that are already here. Thank you for being able to share your story, because a lot of people don't like sharing their stories, and I feel like this actually really helps people. Like, I've met people that are like, oh, would you mind? And they're like, no, I do not want to. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like this would help people. It would encourage people. It will give people motivation, and they will just learn things that will put them steps ahead when they get here. Do you get what I mean? So that's really good.
Yeah, like, my story is still a work in progress.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely.
Like, I mean, I've listened to a lot of stories, and I do say so myself, like, I think my story is one of the better ones.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I didn't say I didn't struggle, but it was a lot better than a lot of people out there, you know.
Yes.
And I had a soft landing.
Yeah, your sister was
the
here.
first to admit. Yeah, I'm the first to admit that. So I had a soft landing. A lot of people don't have that.
Yes.
And yeah, so but still a work in progress, and we hope from here on out it gets better.
Amen.
The story gets better, and the story gets better. So
Amen. Let me know if you enjoyed this video in the comment section below. Let me know what you learned, what you liked, and things like that in the comment section. Don't forget to smash the like button for me, hit the subscribe button, and share this video. Share it with everyone you know. So my goal is to bring a guest at least once in a month. That's the goal for now. So different stories, different age groups, different immigration pathways. So people that came through different immigration, international students, PR, different immigration pathways, and people that are located in different places in Canada. So there'll be someone you can relate to, even if it's just some things you can relate to with the person, you can connect to people and all of that. So make sure you don't miss this content. And if you really like it, please share it with people, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.